Hey, everybody, welcome back to the podcast. We missed last week, but you know what? It's all good, man. It's all good. We're back. We're here to talk about some stuff. But before we get into all that, man, of course, we got an email from the boy Mark here. So he comes in, he asks a few questions. The first one is, the whole Sailor Moon thing has been going on, the redraw challenge. And he asks, which ones is our favorite that we've seen so far? Because there's more than just redrawing just the character herself, right? There's, like he says, he's seen One Piece, JoJo edits, Yakuza, etc. And yeah, there's a lot of pretty good ones out there.
I really like the diversity with them. Like it's not just one style. I think you said it in one of our chats, Danny. It's like this is now expanding everyone's, different little taste. So it's like we don't just see the generic one. We see like I've seen some really like big name artists that I follow like actually go and do some crazy stuff with it. And I'm like, damn, dude, this is not what I would have expected, but I'm really enjoying it. Like this is a really cool trend.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Some of my favorites was the Slav Squat one. There's her when she has like the military gear. One that was pretty good is it's her dressed as what Joseph wore in JoJo Part 2 when he's cross-dressing in New Mexico.
Yeah, I've seen that one. My favorite one would have to be like the Godzilla one, if you guys seen that one.
Oh, that's a good one too.
That's probably my favorite one. By Matt Frank. Look him up, he's really good, guys. He's really good.
I actually saw some people try to do like an Avatar Last Airbender one where they would take different screenshots from the show and then do the same thing. So I've seen a Katara one, I've seen an Azula one, which is pretty nice. Suki I've seen a lot of, which you got to do it for my girl, man.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite thing out of this challenge is that other artists want to branch out to other series and just redo some great shots.
Oh yeah, that's my favorite part too. I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for like I think it's been done already, but like for movie scene redraws. You know what I mean? With say anime characters or something. That's what I'm waiting on.
I would like to see that. Yeah. So then he also asks here, PS5's coming soon, guys. And what does that mean? That means load times are to disappear soon, which is true, right? It's supposed to be a lot faster. So he came with a question in mind. With the exception of load times, what is a game you love but wanted something more out of it? His example is like more iframes when you dodge, more weapons or abilities. If the game was longer, what do you guys think?
Give me another BioShock, man. Or like more in depth of Infinite, and more plasmids, more vigors.
Yeah, agreed.
Where you could combine like the fire with the bees, or you could set down a trap and then have like a lightning bolt like at the top of it, like so you have the cyclone at the bottom and then like a thundercloud on top, dude. Give me that crazy stuff, man.
It could, with BioShock, dude. It could go fucking crazy because it's like, okay, you can't make this shit up. You're just pulling like shit out of your ass with the powers, right? And like
exactly,
you could go anywhere with the powers. It's great. An example for me, and because I've been on Xbox lately, I've been playing Dead Rising off the record on it. So I love that series. I think I've mentioned it. I have mentioned it before. How much I love this series, right? I wish that game had better fucking controls. That's what the more that I wanted out of it. Because I'm playing it again, and I'm like, the 2 series did not have, like, the way it controlled, and it's not good. But I'm bearing with it because I love the series, and I just know, like, the formula of Dead Rising so much that it's just kind of like, I'm on autopilot with it a little bit sometimes. That's what I would want out of that game.
Dude, just get me PT.
Yeah, that's a game I wanted more out of, too.
Just give me PT. Give me like a Silent Hill like VR or something like that. That'd be really, really cool.
Jerry's trying to shit his pants, man. That's all I heard.
But make it good, just make it fucking jump scare shit. Like have me make it like.
Did you see the Dead by Daylight's getting Pyramid Head and Heather?
Yeah, but it's not Silent Hill.
Dude, yeah. but that's
cool,
a render, bro. That's a render.
Cool,
which means they could throw that render into something.
You know how many renders there are of Pyramid Head, though? I'm not knocking the style, though, but it's so good.
Dude, I was one of those guys that I saw that, and I was all, dude, something's coming, man. Nothing could be coming, but I'm still believing. I'm holding on to the faith.
I thought you were gonna say you want Pyramid Head for Smash, bro.
Oh, dude, if I could,
Hell yeah.
he would go right after Goku.
Nah,
That's
bro,
how it
you're
would
gonna
go.
get a pachinko machine, dude.
Oh my
I wish Destiny didn't do the Destiny bullshit. I think because I can still have fun with that game, but I just Destiny's still doing that bullshit. Just don't do that, please. And I think
I know, right?
yeah. I think if anything, man, I always want more of the old stuff from God of War into the new one. You know, because as much as it was cool to see Athena, but it was a figment of Kratos' imagination, just like Zeus was. I want more of that in the series.
You want
Like,
more,
that'd be
yeah,
cool.
like more of the Greek stuff that happened with him. You want more of
Yeah,
that
I
into
feel that.
the Norse mythology stuff that's
Yes,
going on.
yes.
Just lore. What? Okay, so can you repeat the question? Well, so it was like old title that you liked.
Yeah. What was a game that you liked that? What was a game that you liked that wish you had it had more to it?
I don't know. The Amazing Spider-Man. Honestly,
Yeah.
I flew right
Yeah.
through. I flew right by that shit, man. I didn't have enough time to like web swing as much as I wanted
Mm.
because I like just platinumed everything. I'm like, all right, just give me the DLC. DLC was good. I just want more DLC, dude.
I wanted more out of the DLC. That's for sure.
I already made my predictions on how the second one might end up being. I feel like we're gonna get like the whole pack. Well, maybe a DLC, but like
Dude,
There's
but
gonna be a whole-
nothing will ever top Spider-Man 2. That shit is just gold, man.
oh yeah,
That's prime.
agreed. But like I think the whole we're gonna get a very big package with the second Spider-Man game. If y'all beat the first one, the PS4 one, it's just the ending and like all these reveals of the ending. So
Right.
I still need to play the DLC for those.
oh, they're great. I like them, and
They're great.
even the
They are pretty good.
DLCs. What happens in the DLCs are gonna be hopefully implemented in the story as well for the second game. So
Yeah, there was a lot that went on.
Man, I talked to Jake about it. We did a review on Marvel Talk a while back after the third DLC, and I didn't do all the side stuff in those DLCs. I just did the main story, and then he was explaining what happens in one of the side stories, and I was like, "This is really important. How come it wasn't a main topic at all in those three DLC missions?" That's what bothered me the most out of that.
Danny, can you mention it real quick?
It was Yuri with Yuri.
Oh yeah. That's yep. I think with that one is gonna be
Oh,
a big
yeah.
one. It's gonna be a big
That's a
one,
big one
in,
right there. Yeah.
in the second game.
That's cool as hell. Yeah, hell yeah, man. I can't wait now. God, I'm hyped for Spider-Man. No.
All that good stuff. But in the meantime, thank you for the email, Mark.
Oh yeah, all the time, man.
As always, it's unversedpodcast@gmail.com. And let's go ahead and get into some of this stuff, man. There's some interesting stuff happening past few weeks here. Let's go ahead and start with this, man. We talked about it a little bit, Adam. But yeah, we got some news for the Avatar universe, right? Last Airbender, Legend of Korra, all that good stuff. Last Airbender's on Netflix in the US now, and that brought up a lot of buzz. With that, there was a rumor about what Netflix is going to be doing, and this comes from a source that has been accurate in the past. So, this is more than likely going to happen. But Netflix is planning to do a live action Legend of Korra series.
Damn, a life.
Yay! I still haven't seen Legend of Korra, but I'm pretty sure a live action would not translate well. As we've
Who
seen in
would
the
play?
beginning.
Who would play Korra though?
It's a good question. It has to be someone young.
I could see them try doing Zendaya.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's perfect.
I'm not
Fuck.
even gonna lie. That's the first person that came to my mind, dude. I could see them throwing
You know
her
what?
in that.
You're right. Yeah.
I don't know why she popped into my head, but she
Perfect.
came in there, man. Okay, but so what else was the leak though? Like is it season
Yes,
one?
there's more. There's more to this, Adam, that I didn't tell you about. So,
Dude.
Legend of Korra live action series. Now I know you guys are thinking, well, wait a minute. Didn't Netflix already announce they were going to do the last Airbender live action show with the original crew that worked on the animated show? The answer is yes, that is still happening. And according to this source, the last Airbender live action show is basically going to be the tryouts for the Legend of Korra series. They're going to see what works in the live action Airbender one, and then they're going to implement that into the show that they're really going to make, which is Legend of Korra.
Dude, this should be the other way around, man.
Yeah, because I don't know if Jerry said he didn't watch it. I don't know if you watched it, Julian, but Legend of Korra was not the best received show.
I watched the first season.
Oh, it
I
wasn't?
liked it.
First season's
Season's
good.
the best one.
Yes. And should remind you guys, that was initially the only season. And then they just kept adding new seasons every time, but they kept thinking it was going to be the last season when they made a new season. So
Yeah, Danny, when you told me that made everything make so much more sense.
yeah, right.
Like you can see, like if you guys go back and rewatch Korra, like just keep that statement in mind, and it's gonna make a lot more sense. Like you're not gonna try to see where everything flows into each other, kind of like the last Airbender does. Like it's all pretty seamless the whole way through. In Korra, it's jarbled a lot, especially in the last season. It's like, oh, dude, what? No.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I think the first season and the second season probably Korra could have really gotten away with and been like, "Hey, we're done," But then they had to throw in a whole bunch of other things, and it's like, no. I mean, don't get me wrong, for what they were trying to do, I get it. I enjoyed it at the end of the day, especially the best scene at the end of the series, which was not for kids, but I loved it. But yeah, just keep that in mind. I don't really know how they're gonna do this live action, man. Like, if they're using Last Airbender as their tryouts, then how far are they gonna go to try it out? Like, are they gonna do book one, book 2, 3, 4? Like, where's the drop off point?
Yeah, that's the big question. And I was sitting on this news thinking about it, and it makes sense for Netflix to choose Korra over Aang as a main character for a series. Take it what you will, but yeah, I think it makes sense that Netflix would choose Korra over Last Airbender, which is not the best option, I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. But again, I mean, just depends how they're gonna cut the content, man. Because they threw on Last Airbender like a couple weeks ago, so now everybody's been watching it. Everyone already is gonna know the story, have it fresh in their minds, and if they're gonna start splitting up the content from the source material, then
I really hope it ends up well for this, because I just remembered the last Airbender live action movie that came out. Like,
Oh boy.
oh, we don't want that again. And I know, like, I watched Avatar. I liked it. I want to give it another rewatch through and through, because I know I missed some episodes here and there. But like, that bad reception. There's fans. There's still diehard fans to this day, and new fans. And I get you guys. Like, that's the fear of history repeating itself.
Yeah, but it was a different case here when they announced Last Airbender, because they were like, oh no, the original team that worked on Last Airbender is coming for the Netflix live action. And I was like, oh, okay, that's good then, because then they know what's going to work.
yeah, at least the writing will work. It's just how are they gonna do like the
Visual aspects.
yes. I have hope, man. But for the Korra one, I don't know. They should just do one season, just the first one, because that was the best one, dude. It had so many great elements of Last Airbender there that had just evolved, like in the time that Airbender finished and then Korra started. So it was really, really, in my opinion, really, really well delivered, with the villain in there. I'm just glad I finished rewatching both of them like a few months ago, dude. So it's all fresh in my mind. Yeah, season 1 would be the only way. that I think they would do really well, because season 2 that's where it gets really wonky.
I remember watching season 1 and like that felt complete. You know, I did like how I only watched season 1, right? But the concept of the second one was pretty cool. But like you said, as it kept being said, it was always meant to end at said season.
I was listening to Wooly and Pat from last week, and you know they talked about Avatar a lot because Wooly just finished watching Last Airbender, and then Pat explains all the bullshit with Korra, and that made me decide, like, you know what, like, I want to go back into some Last Airbender. So I went back to the comics, right? Because I read a few a couple months back, but I sat down this weekend and read almost all of them. I'm just missing one. I gotta say, they're pretty good. It's really good stuff. There's enough here that I was like, damn, this is Last Airbender season 4, man. Like, I want this because it worked. It's all canon, right? All the comics after the show is canon. There's some really good storylines in here. My favorite one so far is with Zuko, right? He goes on a journey to go find his mom.
Oh, and, really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I do have to go back to the show because I don't really remember what they said in the show about his mom, like with her origin and all that.
You need to watch that episode, man, because that thing was crazy. So in the show, what they do is they show what happens to her, basically. Well, they talk about it. It's a rough thing, man.
Yeah, well, because they reveal some information in these comics where I was just like, yo, this is really important to the series, and I know for sure some of it was not mentioned at all in the show, and that just makes it like, damn, like they really should have just made another season and it just be all this, or even like don't call it season 4, right? Do what Inuyasha did their last season, had a subtitle to it, right? So it's sort of like its own separate thing. They could have done that here. Because a lot of it is just aftermath of Aang beating the Fire Lord. There's actually a canonical order for the comics. If you're gonna check them out, Adam, I highly recommend it. It starts with Promise, The Search, The Rift, Smoke and Shadow, North and South, and then Imbalance for the last one. And you know what the craziest part about these two? As I'm going through them, there's a lot of good setup into Korra that's shown off in here. The last one I just read, I read not the Promise. Oh, the Rift, and there's some good stuff in there, and that definitely teases some stuff like the main plot of season 2 for Korra, easily.
Yeah, I need to check those out, man.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like the writing quality is still pretty good. It feels the same as the show. I don't know if these comic writers worked on the show or not. I haven't researched it yet. But it's definitely worth your time. There's 3. It's like 3 volumes each. And yeah, for sure the one with Zuko as the main focus with his mom is my favorite. My only problem with that one is the way it ends. It just feels really abrupt. And then the comic right after it doesn't pick up, because the next series does pick up the storyline, but there's just a part where I'm like, oh, come on, I need more of that.
Right.
But that, like, you could fit all this into a season easily. At minimum half season, it would totally work.
You know what else they could do, even though I still haven't finished reading it? That Kyoshi novel.
Yeah, I still need to hop back into that too. Well, don't forget, Adam. That's volume 1 for the Kyoshi books.
I should have dived deeper into the Avatar lore. There's just so much.
Yeah. I really like I love the world that it's built. Mm-hmm. Like, it's great, and even when it goes even further with Korra, I just like that. I like how they You went forward in time with that world, and you just saw it. You just see it evolve with the bending aspect about that universe. So that's
dude, lava bending.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Yes.
That's fucking awesome, dude.
That's what gets me, dude. And okay, so you have to be an earthbender to lava bend. So
What?
if you're an
That's
earthbender and you
crazy.
can't metal bend, you probably can lava bend. And that shit is crazy, dude. Like, oh my. I thought it was cool, like, to throw lightning out of your fingertips like a firebender, dude. But when I saw lava bending, I was like, dude, nah. I just want to be an earthbender.
Yo, so hear me out,
Let me
Adam.
learn that. What's up?
I was thinking about lava bending, right? Because I'm like, yeah, it's fucking cool. But then I was thinking about it, and I was like, well, you know what? Maybe Bolin's one of the few people that can do it, because if you remember his brother Mako, right? He's a firebender because their parents are fire and earthbenders. So maybe we're seeing some cross bending going on here.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. That's a really good point. Damn.
I was like, damn, bro, we're getting to that Naruto shit.
Oh man, here we go.
Damn, that I never even thought about that. That's a really good point.
Yeah, man. So I definitely recommend checking out the comics. There's other comics too. There's two prequel comics that aren't canon, but one of them builds up Zuko's backstory more, which sounded pretty cool. And then there's like some short story ones as well. And for the short stories ones, I don't know if those are canon. It was like up in the air when I was looking into it. And then I saw that there was also two Legend of Korra comics that I'm probably going to check out. But yeah, hey, we brought it up earlier, man. Adam, you finished watching Sailor Moon not that long ago.
Dude, yeah, man. Just finished it, dude. I remembered a lot of it. More from season 2, 1, 2, and 4. 5 was pretty new to me. I did remember the 3 starlights. It was really good, man. It definitely was the start of the magical girl, era for sure. A lot of really great concepts in there, a lot of really good tropes. The one thing that kept getting me, which I was really surprised with, and again, this is just something that I didn't notice growing up as a kid because I was watching it like, oh, okay, like, there's two girls together, is there anything going on? Well, in the Spanish and Japanese versions, yes, they say, oh yeah, they are basically together, Sailor Uranus and Neptune, right? But in the English version, they're like, oh no, they're cousins. So, for her to go out and do all these kinds of crazy things in the 90s, when this was, a big part in the world as well, like, same sex, same gender relationships, and even in season 5, there's some like trans thing going on, which is crazy. It was delivered really, really well, and in the show, it was received really well. Like you can see, like the way that she directed the storyline to make this work for her. Like I told you, Danny, season 5 of Sailor Moon is just Broly. It's just Broly, but it works. No, it was really good though. I really enjoyed it. It is very cookie cutter, like I've said before. It kind of feels like a lot of filler, but it's really just the show preparing you and showing you the relationship between Sailor Moon and each of the Sailor Guardians. Or in season 2 and 4, it's really her relationship with her daughter Chibiusa from the future that came back just to hang out with her. So it's a lot of relationship building, a lot of character development. I again will continue recommending it to everybody. It's a beautiful ride. It's a lot of fun. Season 5 is the most wild. Season 3 is probably the best one. Season 2 is my favorite.
Well, Adam, did you say you read the comics? I mean, the comics, the fucking manga.
The manga? No, I'm gonna be starting that this week though.
All right, because I've been wanting to watch some. I've been wanting to watch an anime that's like really close to the manga though.
I was told that the 90s anime kind of steps away from the manga for a little bit, just in certain situations. I haven't had full facts to confirm, but I will let you know. I was told that Crystal does a better job of staying truer to the manga, but the pacing is awful. So I'll let you know. I'll get back to you on it and let you know.
Yeah.
But if you just want something that's a fun ride, I go for it. Go for it, man.
But if you want to watch an anime that's close to the manga, Julian, I'd say Attack on Titan is probably your best bet right now.
Really? Okay, because I know the season 4 right
Don't
now?
tell me that. Don't tell me that, Danny.
Yeah, season 4 trailer just dropped, and dude, let me just tell you, man. When I caught up, I was like, yeah, man, this manga is something. It definitely had its dips, but it's pretty good right now.
Yeah, it makes me remember when like it first blew up. Remember that, guys? Like shit, that anime expo, like.
Dude, I was big hype for it, man. And then I read the manga up to a certain point, and I was like, yo, what are you doing? I'm done. I backed away from it so fast, I haven't gone back, man. But if you're saying it's pretty good, Danny, like it redeems itself, then I might hop back in.
Yeah, man. Season 4 for the anime is going to be pretty crazy. Let me just tell you, man. Whew. It sucks that the manga's in a hiatus right now, so it sucks. But
But wasn't it close to finishing anyway?
yeah, it's almost over. We got like we got like a good few chapters left. Yeah, man.
Is Aaron an old man now?
There is a time skip. Yeah, it's at least like a few years. Yeah, we might as well just talk about it now, guys. I saw this rumor before, but I didn't bring it up because I'm just like no one's talking about it, and I'm like I don't think Disney's really up for it, but it's resurfaced. We talked a little bit about it before, but Disney Plus rumors for a live-action Kingdom Hearts show, guys.
Yeah.
Just leave it alone.
Please don't.
Just leave it alone, man. Let it stay where it is. I mean, it's okay. I've been seeing that it's not going to be live action, though. There's just going to be CG.
Which I'm okay with CG. I don't know, but even then, it's like.
Say yes.
Yes. All right. Yes. I want it. You know what?
Okay,
you know,
so
Adam.
fucking-
Like, you know.
Those CG anime cutscenes, bro. Come
Yeah,
on,
if
dude.
they make it in that quality,
The
then
intros.
yeah.
Oh, dude, if they make it in like that, like how it's always looked really crisp, then yeah, dude, for sure, give it to me. You know, but don't change the voice.
If they make it
either.
like, dude, if they make, oh no, please don't. But if they make it like Jimmy Neutron, dude, I'm so in as well. Hell yeah.
Oh, Jimmy. Oh, Sora. Sora, you gonna finish that croissant?
Oh,
That'd be fucking crazy though if they get DNA Productions to fucking make.
I know, dude.
I mean, I'm down for it, but like, what would they do with it? Would they like expand on the story or just do like a lot of side stuff, like filler shit? You know what I mean, Adam?
Okay,
I'm sure
You
there's a
see,
lot
like-
of filler shit, right?
I mean, we'd probably see some worlds that we haven't seen before.
Oh yeah,
Knowing Nomura.
yeah. I think I could see that. Yeah, I could see like
You know, it just makes me wonder though, like, would they go to Kingdom Hearts 1 and then do the story from there, or would they like just add on to 3?
Or
Just
if they go to
assuming that
Star
everybody
Wars
knows
land.
what's going on. Dude.
See, that's the tough part, isn't it? Like, do you think you think your average your average Disney Plus watcher that got it for, you know, their little kids just to watch like a bunch of Disney movies, and then they see this like, oh, what's this? Mickey Mouse is on it. Let's give it a watch. And then they watch it, and it's like, let's say it's on to 3, and they're like, wait a minute, what the fuck is going on? Why is my kid watching this? And fucking like, you know. Yeah, that's a good question too, Adam. That's a
Wait,
good point to bring up.
So do they know? Wait. So do we know what it's gonna be about, or is it just the
No,
Kingdom
it's just
Hearts
a
word?
rumor right now, right?
Okay. What it could be? It could be like a bunch of Union Cross stuff.
That too.
Dude, no.
That'd be
No,
so
not
sick.
even?
Keyblade
Okay.
War shit. Hell yeah, bro! That's how everything starts, dude. Come on.
Okay. You have to understand though, like, because I've been playing the mobile game since it came out, dude. There is like 50 quests of actual lore. The rest of it is just BS. And there's like over 900 quests. Okay, so this game has been out for like 4
What?
years.
Yeah, they could just do the 50. Fuck it. they could
Dude, you
squish
can
that
get-
down to like 6 episodes.
Exactly. See, you can squish it down
You
to
know?
6 episodes and then you're done. You're good.
Exactly,
You're good
bro.
for that. But not for anything past that.
On the side quest, like, like
Do you
I saw,
know how
I
many
saw,
times I've had to go back
dude.
to Agrabah, bro? I'm so tired of Agrabah. I'm so
I
tired.
fucking, I saw online that the Persona 5, like, they had a Mementos manga.
Oh, okay. I might.
Oh, dude, that
I'm
one's pretty
like,
cool.
dude, that's a lot.
All right. So,
Oh, dude, what's that? What'd you find?
new article
Whatever.
updated 6 hours ago at the time of this recording, and
Rad.
it's talking about the Kingdom Hearts Disney Plus rumor.
Oh,
It's still saying live action. The very first rumor was live action. All this new stuff is some of them are talking about CG. But this one is they're eyeing some actors for this.
Oh my god.
And live action, Disney's been doing live action movies. Julian hates one of them.
I like. They're all. Aladdin's the worst one because it hits me at home, but the rest are fucking mediocre too. Like, God, you know.
Julie, could you imagine we get like a Kingdom Hearts 2 Disney Plus series where we see Sora go be a lion with fucking
my
Okay,
God.
all right.
Simba.
With the live action technology they use for Lion King. Oh my!
Holy,
You know,
it'd be
okay, it's gonna
fucking
look like
scary,
a
bro.
regular fucking lion with spiky hair, dude. That's all it's gonna be. Fucking Christ!
Yeah, so they said they're eyeing some actors, and the two actors that are named for this rumor. Remember, it's a rumor. Is Will Smith and Angelina Jolie.
No.
dude. Who is she gonna play?
Hell
She's
yeah,
Maleficent.
Oh, that's right. No,
Hells
dude.
yeah, bro.
No, okay.
I don't
that's
know,
not
though,
gonna
bro.
work.
Jolie is
Dude,
Maleficent.
You know,
though,
okay.
man.
You want to
pretty
know
good.
how
She-
it doesn't work, Adam? Because the Maleficent is different in the live action movies
I
than
know.
the fuck.
That's
Yeah,
the point.
that's the fucking
That's-
point.
That's
Oh,
what
yeah,
I'm
no shit.
getting at, man. She is
Okay.
not the same Maleficent. Like, she would have to change her entire demeanor to go at it. I'm not saying her Maleficent's bad at what she does. Like, it's banging. But for sticking to the game, dude, you've got to do it. You've got to be that person. You got to be that Maleficent. And then
You
for
gotta be that
Genie,
out there one
dude,
with him.
I didn't
The
watch
Disney
Aladdin.
Maleficent.
I'm not going to watch Aladdin.
Don't fucking watch
because-
Aladdin.
That's on my list of movies I'm never gonna watch, and I'm perfectly okay with it. But no, dude, I do not want to see Homeboy in my series, dude. Like,
I can already see it,
make
Adam.
it CGI.
Hey, yo, Sora, my man. In Will Smith's voice.
Sora.
Oh my god, dude, no, man. Dude, if that's the case, if they're doing live action, come on, Julian, let's go join up and be Organization 13.
Yeah,
bro.
yes, I want to be.
Let's-
can I be
Let's
in
do
wanna
it.
be.
Let's do it, man.
Fuck it, I'll shoot for
I'll be
Zen.
Demix.
Dude, I will shave my head to be Old Man Xehanort. Come on, let's go.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be a Terranort then. Fuck yeah, dude.
Do
Oh,
it,
that's
come on.
sick. Come on.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it,
it.
man. Let's do it. You need your brown people. I got you, man. Get people who actually played the game. Come on.
I'll be
Dude,
Lexus.
exactly.
No.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
I hope not, man. I really hope it's not live action, dude.
I
I
really hope
just
not.
like, I'm sure the costume design will look pretty snazzy if they don't use the really crappy like ones that they dished out a couple years ago. But I don't know, man.
Yeah, guys, just at the end of the day, it is a rumor. I don't know, man. I don't know about you guys, but I don't think Disney really cares a lot about Kingdom
No.
Hearts.
You know, yeah, true. They don't.
I
Honestly,
believe it.
I think I said this before on the podcast, and if not, I'm gonna say it now. And if I said it before, I'm gonna say it again. There's only been like 3 times that I know of where Disney has actually been like, oh yeah, this is Disney. Like, Kingdom Hearts is part of us. The first time is when I saw was when Birth by Sleep came out. I went to Disneyland over in Anaheim, and they had copies of the game in
Cool.
one store. I was like, that's pretty cool, dude. Like, you're acknowledging it, you know? I mean, I already have the game, but that's cool.
Like, yeah, I guess we are.
And then the other 2 times was for Halloween events. One of them was a couple years ago, and the other one was very recently, which was last Halloween at Disneyland Anaheim, where they had Donald and Goofy come out in their Kingdom Hearts outfits. So I'm gonna go with you on this, Danny. I don't think they really care for it. I mean,
which is kind of crazy when you think about it, because look how many worlds there still are of Disney, versus how less there is of Final Fantasy, And I know that's mainly probably more narrative stuff, but still a lot of Disney stuff. Main Disney voice actors in the English version for these games.
Yep. Yep. And for the mobile game, even though, like I said, there's not that much actual lore behind it, we just got a Wreck-It Ralph world, which I think is crazy. We got him in Kingdom Hearts 3 as a summon, which is legit, but for him to come out in here, which that's a pretty new movie, and we also had Frozen, Arendelle come out in Kingdom Hearts 3. Like there's a lot more Disney representation than Final Fantasy. And I think that at some point Disney should be like, yeah, this is a pretty big deal. There is a huge fan base behind it that would definitely support it, but I just think Disney cares too much about their Marvel right now.
Yeah.
And their it's Star Wars.
Oh my god. Are we really going to talk about Star Wars again? Just
No. Yeah, it's just a rumor. I just hope that it's not real.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, honestly, like live action, just probably I wouldn't. I would, definitely CG, like you were saying, Adam and Jerry. Because I don't know about you guys, but whenever Disney decides to do an animated version of something that was already CG, it's not really the same.
Yeah, it comes out weird.
Yeah, like Big Hero 6, when they did the show for it, it was animated. It's not the same. I would be for Jolie voicing Maleficent for the show.
Definitely.
Oh, yeah, agreed.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
Me too.
The other Kingdom Hearts news was the mobile game got delayed. What is it? What's it called? Dark Road?
It's Dark Road, yeah, it got delayed.
I think to like mid next year, I think, right?
Damn, what is this Dark Road? What is it gonna be about? Is it are these events after Remind?
No, we're going back again, dude.
What?
This is gonna be young Xehanort and young Ericus. Well, like while they're still kids.
Oh well, we're gonna be playing chess with them. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so that's gonna be that whole era right there.
Well, that's pretty cool. That's Adam, like I'm okay with this, but like how much more like side shit are you gonna keep dishing out with purpose? But then it's so far everything has had purpose. Like all the side shit.
Well, when I saw that it was announced, and I think I played Remind, there's that scene with young Xehanort talking to the Master of Masters, right? So then I'm like, okay, well, if Dark Road is going to be like what leads up to that scene, then that'll be fine. That'll be great for the lore. It'll make a lot of sense. We'll probably see how Xigbar, kept, advancing in time through that as well, because I would have to assume that he had met him at some point.
I love the
while
Master of Masters.
Dude, that guy's so cool.
Yeah, so Square Enix initially planned to drop this next month, but it's going to be probably sometime next year because of the whole COVID situation going on, right? And I didn't know this, but it was going to launch through the Union Cross app.
Yeah,
that's interesting. And it also says we're going to get one more game through that as well.
The Kingdom Hearts doesn't stop, guys.
Nope. It'll never
Dude, it
stop.
doesn't stop. But I think Nomura should take a little break though, man. He's working on this Kingdom Hearts stuff and on Final Fantasy VII Remake. So he needs to take a nap, man. Like Sakurai, just take a day off, bro. You need it.
Seriously.
Yeah, so that's our monthly Kingdom Hearts talk.
Yeah. It's become a recurring thing, and you know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah, I just love Kingdom Hearts, man.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts is life, man.
And I will always buy the new copies that come out.
You gotta line them up on your wall, Adam, and take a picture one day.
Dude, I'm going to, man. The one I need to find is my 358 Days Over 2 for my DS. That's around here somewhere. And if I could find my Game Boy Advance version of Chain of Memories, because that thing,
Oh, I still have my Chain of Memories on Game Boy, dude. Frustrating. Frustrating is all I gotta say.
I loved and hated the card mechanics.
Yeah, it was.
I saw gameplay of that. That shit looks garbage.
It's garbage in the beginning. Once you get to the third world, you're like, dude, I got this. This game is so easy. There's a trophy. I think it was for the 1.5 remix that came out, where you have to beat that whole game in one sitting.
What the
Oh,
fuck?
wow.
You could do it.
I'm sure.
I didn't want to.
No, 'cause the Riku boss battles are ass, man.
Oh my god. It's so frustrating.
Yeah, man. But hey, you know what? On to some other news, to other adaptations we do want, I think. We got a first look at what the Cuphead cartoon is going to look like over on Netflix. Did you guys get a chance to see that artwork?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Pull that up right now.
I did. It's gonna. I think the artist he worked on some SpongeBob stuff.
Mm.
And yeah, he did that art, and I'm really looking forward to this because it's Cuphead and 2D drawn, and I don't know. I haven't beat Cuphead, but I'm sure I'm not missing out too much on the story. You know what I mean?
And upon this, I think the news was also dropped of who was working on it, and I forget their names, but they're gonna have some people that worked on Rocco's Modern Life. So I was like, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, if they get those people in there, it'll definitely give that vibe.
It's Dave Wasson, Cosmo Sigurdsson.
I think it'll be
cool.
successful.
Yeah, me too. It definitely got the lore. It has a story.
Yeah, I guess we got an official title as well. It's the Cuphead Show, which I think really fits into into the vibe it has, right? And it's also noted that it's going to be 11 episodes, but 10 minutes each. This already tells me old school, those old school shows from the 90s, early 2000s where it was like 2 episodes in one,
Shorts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, shorts basically. Yeah. That's cool, man. So that has me hyped. I want to look. I'm looking forward to that one.
Does it have a release window?
They showed it off at some animation festival, but I didn't see any release dates or anything. Yeah, no, nothing for a window yet. And I thought I'd bring this up because, man, it's really nice to see manhwas and webcomics are starting to get more attention. Right, we cover Tower of God every week for the anime. The God of High School trailer dropped. Noblesse is going to be getting an anime as well. Those are the big 3 of webtoons. This isn't from webtoons, but we have talked about it before on the show. Killing Stalking was announced to have an anime, and that got a trailer as well. The Killing Stalking, we were approached by one of the guys that runs the app, which is the Lezen app. It's very similar to the webtoon one. You use coins to purchase the latest chapters and all that. And we did a review on this, and it's a pretty interesting manhwa, and it's pretty dark, so it's also another surprise for it to get an anime. But that's pretty cool, man. That webcomics are getting a lot more attention nowadays, and you know what that means, guys. Adam, Jerry, just more hopes for that Lookism anime, man.
Dude,
I'm so ready.
Look, I was thinking about it the other day, okay? I don't know if any of you guys have seen Higurashi at all.
I've been meaning to.
It's a really, really good one. And there was, it's totally different from Lookism, but it does get pretty gruesome in there. And I was thinking that if they were to do a Lookism, anime adaptation, I can't remember the studio that did Higurashi, but they could probably do it justice. Because they're very familiar with the gruesome and the gore, because the fights that we see in Lookism, some of them get pretty intense, man. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie.
Dude, I'm not even thinking of the fights. I'm thinking of those faces, early on in the series.
Oh yeah. Oh man.
So good.
But yeah, it's I hope, man. I hope it's nice to see, these comics getting their shot in the limelight. Tower's doing great. I'm sure God of High School is going to do really well, and Noblest is going to do really well. I just want to see more of it, man, because there's so many out there, and a lot of them are really, really solid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
also
man.
playing that phone game. I don't know if you guys have played it yet.
Yeah, I haven't started yet.
Hero Cantare. It's pretty fun, man. I like it. It's a gacha game though, so just keep that in mind. But the story is actually pretty engaging from what I've played so far.
That's cool. Yeah. I downloaded it when it went live out here. I just haven't hopped on yet. I did watch the other anime, I guess, intro that it had. I only saw the one with the tower characters, but I saw the second one. And I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah, they're pretty fun. It makes me want to get into all those series that are in there because I think it's got a high school. There's like 2 or 3 more. I don't think Kubera is one of them.
Yeah, I don't recognize the other series that are in there. Just Tower of God and God of High School are the only ones I know. That's cool, man. Big props to Manwas getting that limelight, boy.
Shout out to Manwas.
Manwas. I haven't read one, but yes, more of that.
Yeah, you remember Wake Up Dead Man?
Yes.
That shit was so good, man.
I wish it ended.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Damn. Should hop back in there, man. That's a good one. Damn.
I know, dude. Me too.
Yeah. Well, the best part about webcomics, Julian, is that they're free for the most part. So, man, this is to no one's surprise, but still good to hear. Confirmed, Sonic the Hedgehog movie is getting a sequel.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's the last movie I saw in theaters before this whole thing happened.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That was a good time.
Sonic is gonna get movie of the year.
They did it better.
It
was so good.
A great movie.
That's the one solace to take from all this is that Sonic is movie of the year.
Is that gamers are always right. That's what we get from this.
Gamers rise up.
Yeah, so that's cool, man. Hyped to see Sonic 2 be officially confirmed.
Oh yeah, I bought my copy recently too.
I did too. Did you get the comic in your copy,
I did.
Julian?
I got it, yeah.
It's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, it's basically just a retelling of the movie in like classic Sonic art style, high quality that like paper was printed on, like has that nice gloss finish on it.
Mhm. Yeah, I like
cool.
that too. Yeah.
Since we're talking about live action video game movies, if you guys remember, Borderlands got announced for a live action film. We have our first casting for it, and yeah, Cate Blanchett is showing up in this movie. And she is casted as Lilith.
Okay.
What?
Okay.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm with it too.
Me too.
Yeah. I don't know who that is, but I know Cate Blanchett, and I'm like, I like Cate Blanchett, so.
Lilith.
Right because I have a bunch of faces on me. But Lilith, the fire, whatever the fuck.
It's the Siren Girls. It's the red-haired one.
Yeah.
Jenny.
Yeah.
If you've ever, that one.
Too. Supposed to be. Yeah. What's your face, Kate?
Oh, okay.
How do you spell it?
Pulled it up right here. Yeah. I guess I could see Cate Blanchett as this character.
Oh, that's how you spell it. Yeah, I can see her.
Just with a bunch of good costume work, it'll definitely look good.
Makeup.
Yeah.
I just hope this isn't one of those movies where it's like, oh,
a bit of
we're gonna use the big cast names as our selling point, but it's not really.
Right.
But it's not actually a good movie,
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
Speaking of Borderlands, y'all should listen to Cage the Elephant. That's a good band.
That is a good band. Yeah.
Fucking Borderlands got me into that band. I'm gonna say it, man. I'm just gonna say it.
Is that the only confirmed actor that we got?
Yeah. She was the first. Yeah, she was the first one that just got announced the other day. Yeah, I mean, with all the COVID stuff, it's gonna be sprinkled out. We talked about this a little bit. I'm surprised, mainly because Championship Edition is already out, but Street Fighter V is getting a final season, adding 5 new characters.
I told you guys. I called it when Champion Edition came out. I was all, they're not done yet, dude. There's gonna be some more characters. It's just it's just a Street Fighter trend at this point.
I know, but if you're gonna call one edition the Championship Edition, like that sounds like that's the end of that game.
Nah, man. Don't you remember Street Fighter 4? Super Street Fighter 4? Ultra Street Fighter 4? Come on, man. It's
Yeah, Danny, you idiot. I'm just kidding.
and then it was and it was Ultra Street Fighter 4 Arcade Edition.
No, it was Super
Jesus.
Street Fighter 4 Arcade. The last one was Ultra.
You're
wasn't
right.
it?
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. So it's, I mean, we're gonna see one more. We're gonna see this season pass. I mean, this last season run through, and then we're gonna see one more edition, and then that's gonna be it for Street Fighter 5. It's gonna be done. I just don't know who else they're gonna put in here, man. I mean, I would like to see some more representation from 4, from those original characters. There wasn't that many more, but I mean, I've always said this is like a Third Strike Alpha roster, so I mean, we'll see.
I don't know, it's just crazy to me because I'm like, I mean, a lot of people don't really like 5 these days, so I don't see why they want to keep going.
I mean, Street Fighter's always done a good job of bringing in some characters like at the very end that people are like, oh, dude, you know what? That's pretty cool, and they've made significant changes to the game since its initial release, so it does play a lot better than it used to. I mean, there's still some issues with it, but it's not the way that it used to be. So
Yeah,
I mean, I've
that's
got
true.
some hope for it. I think it can make a comeback. Because I mean, you gotta look at it this way too. When 4 came out, everyone, not many people were all about it. But then, by the end of 4's lifetime, they're like, dude, this is the best one. I mean, it still is, the best one right next to Third Strike and Alpha Max 3. But I mean, we'll see. It's just they just I feel like Capcom sometimes does a bad job with their Street Fighter initial releases. Like, it's not a complete game. There's not that much to offer. So with this last season, I have some high hopes.
Yeah. I don't know, it just makes me want season 4 of Tekken all the more
I think
after hearing
I'm
this.
pretty sure that I think I heard that they're gonna do more characters.
Well, it was a couple weeks ago. I think we talked about it that there was a 50th slot updated on the website for Tekken 7. So maybe that'll be somebody new. Hopefully season 4. I hope for season 4.
Danny, I already know who it is, man. It's gonna be Tifa.
I was thinking, Adam, I'm
They
like,
already-
I know Street Fighter doesn't do crossovers, but if Tifa goes in there and not Tekken, I'm gonna be mad.
Me too.
Dude, I would be so happy. Look, dude, they already have Noctis, man. Like, they can throw anybody else from Final Fantasy in there. Like, that's
Oh yeah, that's true.
Nomura's
Noctis
baby.
is in there.
Like they can get Tifa, they can get Cloud, they can get Sephiroth, like they can get anybody from 7. They can get, I think, anybody from 10 if they wanted. 'Cause I think Nomura worked on that too. Like that's Nomura's baby. He can do whatever he wants. And Harada, dude, that's just a living meme right there, man. Come on.
Dude, Harada does what he wants, man.
Don't ask me for shit.
I don't know if you guys remember, but when they threw the artwork for celebrating, I think it was 5 million copies sold for Tekken 7. They put Harada in there. He's in the background. He's just hanging out.
Hell yeah.
That's so good.
You remember when he showed up to his own tournament?
Yeah.
Dude,
That was cool.
Harada entering Evo 2
Yeah, that
years
was
in
the
a row.
fucking most legit thing. Oh my god, bro, that shit was so cool.
And the best part
I
was
wish I
he
was
showed up with 2 different esports jerseys both years.
I know.
It's so good, man. And speaking of season passes, another fighting game that we like, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, is finally getting a season 3. It's
Hell yeah.
adding 3 new characters and I think some costumes as well. And that is starting in June, which, if you're listening, that's this month. So that's cool, man. I think 2 characters are dropping simultaneously, and then they haven't revealed who the 3rd character was yet. So let me pull up those who they announced.
Ooze.
So yeah, it's $15 for the season pass, and the characters they revealed was Jungle Fury Wolf Ranger, Red Samurai Ranger, and then
Cool.
the mystery character.
2 Red Rangers, huh?
I'm with it. I'm with it.
Yeah, I'm with it too. I'm alright. That
Oh,
game.
okay. So it says it's going to be slowly released rather than all at once. So I guess one character is going to drop first, and then Daishi will receive a Phantom Beast King skin, and you can only get that by getting the season pass. There's going to be free content also. There's the Samurai Megazord is going to be coming in as well.
Oh, nice. They're adding a new one. Nice.
Dude, fuck yeah.
And it says it's
Oh,
going
I
to
think
revamp how you call in the Megazords. Cool.
Dude, hell yeah. I'm not gonna lie, that's my favorite part about that game, because you just get, like, big fucking things coming out of nowhere.
Yeah.
For real.
You get the big arm, the big leg, the big foot, for you feet people out there.
Jesus, Adam.
Okay, so it says here, because the original conditions to bring in your Megazord was if one of your characters died, and they're going to be adding a revenge meter for your Megazords. So they said, so people pointed out the silhouette. The silhouette is most likely going to be Scorpina from the first 2 seasons of Mighty Morphin. So that's cool, man. Glad to see Power Rangers still kicking.
I think that game is gonna keep kicking for a bit. It has the Marvel formula, and people love that Marvel formula. So.
Oh yeah, and plus there's so many characters to pull from.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think they've made a really good choice on the ones that they selected so far, though.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, just the DLC characters are really strong, very cool, and then the additional roster, there's definitely some great choices in there. Into other gaming news here, we had the anime soccer game from Bandai, Captain Tsubasa. We finally got a release date for that, August 28th, and it came out with a new trailer, and that trailer got me so hyped, man. The fact that you have animated specials in a soccer game, sign me up, man. Oh,
sounds awesome.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. The gameplay, I mean, is pretty standard to a soccer game, but then once you can like activate like your dash attacks and whatever else you can do in there, it's like the soccer players have like stamina bars, and when you run it out, they just collapse. Like, come on,
bruh.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, who needs FIFA when you got Captain Tsubasa?
Straight.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I'm copping this game for sure.
Give me a tournament with this game,
right? Dude. Right. If I wanted to play soccer, I'll go outside and play soccer.
Yeah, you go inside to play anime soccer. That's what you do.
Yeah, you go inside
Hell
to play
yeah.
anime soccer.
Dude, why do you think I never played the NBA 2K games, bro? It's because they're not NBA Street.
Okay.
That's
exactly.
why.
Okay, yeah, there you go. There you go.
That's why, bro.
You just made my point for me. There you go.
Sports games asleep. Anime sports games? Okay, hold on. On to some interesting stuff here. There's going to be a trilogy for the Mafia series coming out. And if I'm not mistaken, parts of it is already out. Right? It's a weird thing here. So we have they're doing a remake for the first Mafia game, right? They're remaking it. And it looks pretty cool. I think the updates look great. And that's coming out, I believe, in September. You can buy it now, and it also comes with 2 and 3 definitive editions. And if you grab it now, you can play, I think 2 and 3. Yeah, I was talking to Grant about it because he played 3. He likes that one. He said, yeah, I know a lot of people didn't like 3. Oh, okay, so yeah, August 28th is when Mafia 1 will be available to play, but Mafia 2 is available right now, this is such a weird way to go about the trilogy.
I've never played the Mafia series, so I'm not too familiar with them.
Same.
Yeah, me neither. I only heard stuff about 3 when Grant started playing it.
I played, you know what's a weird one I played? I played The Godfather. I played The Godfather 2.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Godfather 2 on like 360. I played that one. I didn't get it. I rented it back when renting was still a thing. And I played it, and all I remember is there wasn't much of customization.
and your character would have like a weird walking stride. He's like a mafia dude. He's like, yeah, I'm the shit. I'm the shit.
Yeah, so that happened. That was some interesting stuff to go about a trilogy like that. You can either get the trilogy bundled together, or you could get the game separately. And there will be a physical when the Mafia 1 remake drops. Yeah.
Yeah,
Gamers rise
even
up.
if it's for like your series that you don't care about, you gotta always look through like the positives of it all. Because I mean, that's
I tried, Julian. And I tried, but when I heard there was a state of play for Last of Us 2, I was like, yeah, I'm not watching that, bro. I'm okay.
I watched it. If we're gonna transition to that next, I watched it, and like I've mentioned before, I don't really care about Last of Us story, whatever. But the one thing that did bring me into the first game is the gameplay, and I watched some of the gameplay for the second one. I watched that state of play, and I won't lie, man, it looks pretty freaking cool. I like it. It looks like I might just buy the game for that aspect, but even then, I won't buy it on launch or anything. In fact, I want to see the whole. I want to see. Oh man, the potential shitstorm we're gonna have when that game releases and everyone beats the game and whatnot, and the story wise and whatnot, and everyone's gonna be like, "Yep, they were right," or something else might happen. I don't know. Who knows? But yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, I'm not touching that game, so I'm not gonna bother looking at that.
Yeah. We didn't get Jack 4, so I'm still pissed off at that.
Hopefully, Julian. Remember, because Naughty Dog's working on a sci-fi game, so let's just hope. Recently, over on Shonen Jump, Demon Slayer has ended, which it was a surprise to me because I'm like, oh, really? It ended, huh? Didn't hear anything up until I think a week before, and a lot of fans were not the happiest with the ending, and that just made me think because I've been reading a lot of mangas recently and going back to old ones, and I'm like, yeah, I guess it really is really hard to end a series. And then I was also thinking, I'm like, man, isn't that crazy? This is ending at the peak of its popularity, right, with the anime. And there's also going to be a movie coming out for it, which is one of the arcs from the manga. That's going to be coming out this year. And I looked into it because I was talking to other people about like, yeah, why did it end? It had no reason to. And the mangaka stated that there was a family emergency and she has to leave Tokyo, right, where she works at for the manga. And she just can't work on the series right now. So instead of putting it on a hiatus, she decided to end the series. And it's unfortunate to hear that's the reason why it ended so shortly. And with that other news, there's going to be another spinoff for the series. It's going to be involving a character from the upcoming movie, actually. It's a fan favorite people like, and we're going to get more into his backstory. And that's going to be drawn by somebody else. So I think she's just going to be writing it, or she already wrote it or something. But that's going to be coming soon.
Kind of like the whole Boruto thing.
Yeah. I mean, that happens with like other mangas. Like, I don't think we talked about it, but there was the light novel for One Piece, right? Ace's Story, that's out.
Yep.
I have it. I still haven't checked it out yet, but that's going to be getting a manga adaptation, and that's going to be drawn by Boichi. Yeah, and that has me fucking hyped because Boichi's art's really good. But you know what? I think it's canon, but that's not written by Oda either, so that's interesting. And Terraform Mars has had spin-offs and all that, so I've read Demon Slayer now that it was over, and I'll be doing a manga review for it in the near future with Oscar. Yeah, I mean, the ending it's not that bad compared to what I've been seeing people say about it. Like the transition into the final arc makes a lot of sense. But like the very end of the arc, I could see why people are upset at that, because it's like, this is just like that. It's that bullshit mangas pull at the last minute that just like, why would you do that? Just create other stuff and then it just ends and all that. Yeah, but you'll be hearing more about my thoughts with Oscar at a later time, so look forward to that good stuff. But I am hyped for the movie though, because that's a good arc that they're adapting.
The train to Demon Slayer.
Yeah, it's the Infinite Train arc, I believe it's called.
Sweet. That sounds awesome.
Yeah.
I'll get into it one day.
Yeah, I'm still going to be looking more into it because, I have to remind you guys that Demon Slayer almost beat One Piece in volume sales, which has not happened in, I think, the past 10 years. One Piece has been the number one manga in sales. So, yeah, I'll definitely be talking about that in the review. But hey, if we're talking about manga, I've been catching up to some instead of reading new ones. And I caught up to JoJolion. Are you guys caught up?
Hell yeah.
Nah, dude, I need to start it over.
Shit is wild.
Dude, Jerry.
Right
Oh.
It's so good though, man. It's fucking kicking off, bro. But we could do a podcast on that if you want. I'm fucking down with that. Cause there's a lot to like unpack there, dude.
There's so much going on right now. There is.
Yeah.
It's
so good.
It's so crazy. It's so fast paced, so congested with like everything going on. Yeah. But it all works perfectly with it.
It all makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I got lost for a minute when I was catching back up, but just...
No, it can't. It throws you back on track.
Yeah, super hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Adam, Julian, you guys should catch up on JoJo if you guys...
Yeah. Dude, I stopped off at Doggy Style when that stand came out.
Dude, that's like right before.
Yeah, right before everything popped off, bro.
Yeah, dude, that's what you were telling me before, Jerry. I think I'm just gonna restart it. Man, because I don't...
Yeah, that'd be fine, too. I wouldn't mind restarting it, either. That'd be a good one.
Yeah, I know some of the early chapters are in color, too. So that'd be nice to look at.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, because I remember a good amount of it, but I just want to go back into it fresh, because JoJo has that JoJo bullshit. I gotta stay on...
refresh might be worth it.
Yeah, I need to stay on point with all the things that he throws out at you.
He throws a lot.
I mean, I don't think there's too much from the early arcs that's involved with what's going on right now.
I think there's quite a few. I think there's a bit.
Oh, I mean, there's ideas and maybe some stands.
There's old Tom. Yeah, ideas and stands. Yeah.
Oh, but man, just the...
I know, dude.
All you have to know, Adam, is the Higa Shikata estate and the hospital, bro. Shit is going down, man. Oh my god.
All right, dude. Let me finish Sailor Moon first.
It's crazy, man.
And then I'm gonna hop back into JoJolion.
Yeah, it was worth catching up to, and I want the new chapter already, man. Why does it have to be monthly? Yeah, other mangas I caught up to and actually finished because it ended last year. I finally caught up to Shokugeki no Soma, and I read like the final 100 chapters that I didn't see. Man, like this back half of Shokugeki, I'm like, yeah, this is a sports manga, like through and through. I know it's about cooking, but it has all the elements of a sports manga. What I liked about Shokugeki is that it kind of outgrew the echiness. Like it's still there, but it started focusing more on the story.
Yeah, more on the competition aspects.
Yeah,
more on the players, those techniques.
Yeah, and I was really liking it, man. Like this is how anime it gets, guys. It was just there was like this like the final tournament, and they introduced what they called dark chefs into the world.
Yo, that sounds so cool, though. I'm not gonna lie.
And I'm like, what the fuck is a dark chef? And it's a dark chef is just like chefs. Yeah, black market chefs. Like they don't have a restaurant to go to, basically.
They got hired by like mob bosses and like criminals in the world, and they hire them to cook for them. It's so anime. And
that's just the surface, man. Like, because we get into their cooking techniques, and that's what makes them dark chefs, right? Like, one of the early ones is like this girl uses a chainsaw as her knife.
Dude, that's pretty cool.
And then you have a clown that juggles his ingredients, and then you have this, I guess, bar owner, I think, who runs like an okami bar in Japan. And they all use like shakers for drinks to cook, and then like the main antagonist at the end is just such an anime character as well.
Oh my god, yeah. Basically all for one.
Literally, he's like, if I steal their utensils, I could use their powers, and I was like, come on.
It's so good. You guys should read that one too if you guys have time.
So it was, the last arc was really strong. I liked it a lot. The way it ends, I really did not agree with. I posted my thoughts over on my Instagram about that. It's just, it builds up so hard, and then it's just like, boom, end.
Plateaus like crazy,
Yeah. Super hard. And I looked into it, and it turns out the mangaka wanted to end the series 2 arcs prior, because
I can see it.
Because the end of that arc gives resolutions to our 3 main characters for the series, and that's really what he wanted to do. And he didn't say it, and I didn't really look anywhere for it, but I think it has to do with Jump, of them not wanting to end the series, I think. Because that's not an uncommon thing, I don't think. I'm pretty sure Kubo would have wanted to end it Bleach a lot sooner than it did. And that's a topic that was brought up in Bakuman, right? The manga about making mangas. And it's, it's talking about Shonen Jump in there. So maybe there's some truth behind that. But going back to Shokugeki, man, I was like, man, this ending is just dog shit. Come to find out that there was a sequel series to Shokugeki from Giga Jump. It was only 3 issues, or 3 chapters, and it basically answers most of the questions that were left unanswered from the end of the series, but it again just decides to fall short as well. Because it kind of left things open-ended for relationships of characters, which I was like, oh, come on, man. Just give us an answer. Like, you gave us an answer, but not the real one. Not the one we wanted to see. I guess that goes back to the thing of, like, I guess it really is hard to end a series. So, yeah, I mean, I still recommend Shokugeki. There's some great moments in there. And the ending is average for the most part. Once you get to those extra chapters, too. It's kind of saves itself a little bit, so...
I read this manga, Danny. So the first one is called Killing Morph. I don't know if you heard of that, Danny. Does that sound familiar?
Oh, I've that name is familiar,
Killing
Julian.
Morph. So it's about a guy. It's about a girl. She's just strolling about, and then she just sees some guy come out of a building with a bag over his head and holes so you can see, and 2 machetes, kind of looking like a mix of like it's just like a serial killer, right? And he just starts killing people all around him. And this girl is just witnessing all of this, right? And as the guy is just killing everyone around him, he sees the girl, the main girl. He just skips her entirely and goes for other people. And basically, it's just about like the girl, like I guess making a bond or something with the serial killer guy, and it gets kind of wacky at one point. Because apparently, they jail this. They eventually prosecute this guy. They jail him, and he's in the jail cell, but he's still killing people, right? So he manifests through people's like either vision or just the thought of him. He could be manifested and kill more people.
Kind of like Freddy Krueger.
Kind of like that, actually, now that you mentioned that. That's all I want to say for now. I thought it was a pretty neat page turner. Again, it does get really wacky at one point. It gets really wacky. Like, it almost turns into kind of a little a JoJo thing, but it gets wacky. So that's the first one that I read. It's called Killing Morph. And then I read one called Pumpkin Night. Have you guys heard of that?
I have not, no.
I think I have.
Is there some my friend recommended me to? He said, I would like this one. And look, man, the main character, she is the main character. Yeah, she's like really cute, so I hope that's a selling point. But yeah, it's about this girl just killing people that did her wrong in high school, and she goes after them one by one. And at one point, she almost kills one of the people that she that had did her wrong. It was like a whole humiliation thing in high school, and it cost her like her face and it was like bullying, right? I recommend that one too because I like the art style. And at one point, Trump is in it, dude, for some reason. Yeah, I don't know how that happens, but yeah.
Yeah, it's weird when they do that. I read Hinamaru Zumo, the sumo manga. They threw Trump in there during the last arc, and I was like, why?
It's really cool. I like the deaths. The art is really good. I think the art is a really big selling point for this one. It's called Pumpkin Night.
Nice. Yeah. I looked back. It is on my list, Julian, for my mangas to read, so I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's ongoing, and it's like 28, 29 chapters.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad.
Yeah, it's ongoing, and so is the Killing one.
Killing Morph.
The Killing Morph. That one's also ongoing too, apparently.
Mm.
Because at least when I stopped reading, it didn't feel like it was done, because it felt like something more was gonna happen.
Well, if you want some more horror mangas to read, Julian, I recommend you check out Dead Tube.
Dead Tube. That sounds nice.
Yeah, I've reviewed this before, but the basic premise for it is our main character is like this average high school guy, gets bullied sometimes, but he's in the photography club, and he stumbles upon this girl, and he's thrusted into this world that is involved with DeadTube. It is a video streaming website. It's kind of like YouTube, but basically anything goes. So a lot of fucked up things happen. You get you get compensated based on the views, and then once you meet like a certain criteria, you are now part of the community. And what that means is you have to keep making content, basically, or else like they just take you out or something.
Ooh, what does that mean?
Yeah. And there's some events that happen that the dead tubers are forced to enter sometimes. They'll wake up in a cabin in the woods, and then like there's just this guy in a tanuki outfit out in the woods with a machete. And man, that was a good arc. There's some, it gets pretty messed up. And I put Carl on it, and he was a big fan. I'm like, yeah, man, this is a really good series. Like, it gets fucked up, but it's worth the read. The art's great too.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And
More horror. Dead Tube.
Yeah, it gets fucked up, man. Let me
Hell
tell
yeah.
you.
I like that fucked up shit.
Yeah.
Cause I'm a fucked up motherfucker.
Oh my
No,
god.
I'm just messing, dude. I'm just messing.
Jesus.
I'll look into it. I like I like that kind of shit. I have a couple mangas of Ju-on. The Grudge.
Oh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I have a couple of those. They're pretty freaking. They're okay.
Oh, you know what, Julian? I almost forgot. I hopped back into some Neo 2. I'm almost at the end of the game. And, as much as I enjoy the game, it could just really give you that bullshit, man. I've said it before, and when I talk to Kill, I'm like, yeah, this game like feels pretty easy compared to the first game. They're like, there's no real challenge to it. And you hit a certain point to where it's like, oh, now it's starting to get challenging. Cool. Right? And then after that boss fight, it just spiked up into just this bullshit nonsense that I'm going through right now with these bosses. I'm stuck on, I've probably died like 40 times on this boss right now where I'm at. And it's like, I'm 9 levels above the mission, but I still die in 3 hits. And it's just, you have no real time to do what you kind of want to do based on their attacks. And I was just like, this is the point of the game, like, because I'm near the end of the game. I'm like, oh, this is the point of the game where it stops being kind of fun. So, yeah.
Oh man. Hopefully I could get over that loop.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still looking forward to the DLC and all that, but just right now, I'm like, come on, man, why you gotta do this to me?
I should hop back on though. I've just been jumping around games lately. I'm pretty bad at being consistent sometimes, but
it's hard to be consistent, man.
Yeah, man. When you're a gamer, it's hard.
It's always hard.
Because like you love games, right? That's what we're gaming for.
I love
right?
it so much, man. That's why it's hard, dude.
Yeah, it's like and then I went back on Xbox because like they added some games to the Game Pass. I just been wanting to check out. Oh, speaking of Nio, and since I went back on Xbox, I started playing Ninja Gaiden 2 again.
Hell yeah.
I forget how
Hell
gory,
yeah.
I forget how gory that game is, and that's what really
It's fucking great.
sold me into that game.
That shit's... You know what? Ninja Gaiden sold me into big anime titties. That's what it sold me.
Hey man, that's like that's like the first thing you see is like Mura, that old dude. Danny, that old dude I'm talking about, that old blacksmith dude in Neo.
Oh yeah.
Muramasa.
Yeah, Muramasa.
Yeah,
Fucking he's talking to some white girl with big ass titties. I'm like, damn.
Rachel?
Yeah. No, it was another girl's name. Maybe it does become Rachel. But yeah, and then you see Ryu Hayabusa come in just slicing up ninjas, and I'm like, yep, this is
big dick energy.
This is Ninja Gaiden, guys. Dead Rising, like I said, it's okay. I don't know what I'm gonna play when I beat that game, because I'm gonna be close to beating that game. Those games are so easy to. Once you played the series and you go back to it, you understand the gameplay loop, and it's just so easy, like I mentioned before. But I love it so much.
Dude, the first one's still my favorite, Julian.
Dude, like, I keep playing it. I keep playing the series, man, and it's like, yeah, the first one just nails it really well.
Like, don't get me wrong. I like mixing stuff that you get into, making all that stuff. That's pretty cool. But there's just something about the first one that just it gets me.
Agreed. But like, dude, it's just those fucking controls, dude. Is just what makes it awful. Cause like, example, someone's shooting you, and you get staggered, and they could shoot you again and keep staggering you. It's one of those games.
Yep.
Like, and then like, let's say you get yourself into a corner, or you're trying to attack them and get closer to them because the game highly emphasizes on melee combat. But they're still shooting you, and then they get away from you to shoot you some more, and like it has knockback, and it's not fair. And the dodge roll that you have in the game, it still doesn't like do a good job because
it's so bad.
It's fuck, man. Anyway. Okay.
I am playing Persona 5 Royal, but that's
again, speaking of Persona 5, it's $8 right now. Should I get it
for the original one? The regular Persona 5? Yeah, dude, honestly, for the price,
that's a good deal.
It's a really good deal. Have you ever played a Persona game, Julian?
I've only played a little bit of 4. And P4 Arena. That's all I've played.
Okay. Yeah, I think you'll really enjoy it, man. For $8, why not?
So safe to say that could go ahead wrap us up for this week. Yeah. Yeah, I'm planning to beat Neo 2 hopefully this week.
What's the game afterwards though, Danny? If you
I did buy Maneater. So I want to get into that. You know what I loved about the social media page is just like, oh yeah, guys, get ready for this Shark PG, boy.
Hell yeah! See, this is sometimes you just gotta not take it seriously, Like, fuck it. Just go full on with the wackiness and the fantasy of it, and hell, you may get something that someone else likes, obviously, because they're thinking about that wackiness too, This is why Platinum Games work, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But I've heard good things about that game, Danny. So I think you're gonna have a good time. Like, it's not spectacular, but it's a good time.
I mean, you play as a shark, bro. Come on.
Right. Yeah. There's not enough of that. There is not enough of that. The only games that I know that you play as a shark is the mobile game, Hungry Shark World or something like that. That's what it's called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one, and Jaws Unleashed. That's all I know.
Yeah, and I didn't know this, but you can evolve and devolve your shark. And yeah, if you look on the back of the game case, it just shows some of the what you can look like as a shark, and I'm like, yeah, this is for me.
Hell yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna go ahead and bring it into this episode. Thanks for sticking around, guys. Remember, every Friday, Tower of God episodes, manga reviews on Wednesdays. Last weekend, new BFM is out. Adam sits down with our boy Brendan, talks about Star Trek Deep Space Nine. It's a great episode. Go check it out. And new Marvel Talk coming soon. Got a lot to talk about. So while we wait for the next episode, guys, remember you can always email us, unversepodcast@gmail.com. If you have any questions or comments, love to talk about it on the next episode. And you can follow us on social media at Unverse Podcast. Let you know when the next episode is out. Thanks, guys, and we'll talk to you next time.